Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Ken, and I'm your host and creator of Wrestling is Awesome. If you love WWE, this is the place to be. Every Tuesday at 8:45 UK time, we go live right here on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok to talk all things wrestling. We do reviews of Raw and SmackDown. We do fantasy bookings, top 10 lists. It's been a while, but we need to do another one of those. And we do live reactions to the premium live events. And we had a great time doing WrestleMania. And I'm looking forward to the next one, but unfortunately I won't be because I'm going to be away on holiday. But I'll come into that a little bit later. But wrestling is awesome. This is more than just wrestling talk. We want to build a community here, and it's built on passion, positivity, and support. We all love wrestling, and we wrestle with life too, and sometimes you need a place to share your thoughts, your feelings, connect with people who get it, and that's what we're building here. We had some great interaction over the WrestleMania weekend, people really opening up to each other, and I'd really like that to be part of the show. So get in the comments, get in the chat, and be part of this community. Also, if as this is a live show, we will take your points, answer your questions, be a part of the debate, and basically this show is then turned into a podcast, which will go on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you can get your podcast. We are there. Tune in every week. Like I say, the live shows, you can check out us on TikTok, where I'll do more videos. Keep saying it, but I need to do more videos on TikTok because I want to interact with you guys. But I run a competition during WrestleMania show to give away some of these slap belts, and I still haven't drawn the winner yet. So I will be doing a TikTok video this week of all the people who are in my live over WrestleMania who dropped a comment. I'm going to do a random one, and then we'll get 5 of these in the post as part of that competition. And you can also support the channel by using the link in my bio. You can purchase all your WWE merchandise through our official affiliate link. Right, I think that covers about the intro, so thank you very much. And joining us once again, it's been a while, he has been jet setting. No, we're not going to do Ric Flair. Alex, how are you doing?
I'm all right, and I used your affiliate link to buy my first ever bit of merch, and I'm going to RKO the hell out of this podcast because we got lots to go through. I might go backtracking, and I might get caught up in some of the wild stuff that I end up getting caught up in. You'll have to stop me, so we'll see how we get on. But I've missed you all.
Steve said, Alex, give us a wave. Yes. Awesome. And welcoming back once again, Lolly, good to see you. Thank you very much. How are you doing?
Not too bad, thanks. Thank you very much for having me back on.
Always. And Lee, the People's Services Champion. He keeps changing this title. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, my friend. I'm here to answer your audience's questions tonight on why you can't be fired through song and the correct way to release employees.
Yes, I'm sure we'll be covering some HR aspects during this show. Thank you very much for joining us, whether you're here on YouTube, Facebook, or TikTok. We'll try and keep an eye on the chat, so to talk about your comments and stuff about that. Margaret, what about TNA? I don't have enough time in my life to watch TNA as well, unfortunately. So I know
we don't have enough time for NXT.
No, that's it, exactly TNA. That. Neil's kind of our resident NXT guy. He'll give us kind of the updates, and Lee's pretty versed in NXT as well. But yeah, unfortunately, we can't cover TNA as well. Just do not have the capacity for it. Same with AEW. I kind of know roughly what's happening in that space, but yeah, all my kind of focus is on WWE. That's the product I've grown up on, and the one that I'm linked with most. Alan Sharrock, John Cena should never have left. Everything happens eventually. Retirement will bite us all in the arse at some point, and he wanted to go out on his terms as much as possible, and I respect him for it. We got a farewell tour, which we've never really kind of had before, so it was something a little bit different. How you felt about that tour and the way it went is up for debate, but yeah, he's gone, but he's not away from WWE. Like you say, he was back at WrestleMania because ticket sales weren't great, so he hosted that, and I think he might even be showing up at Backlash as well. He posted a little weird Twitter thing about that, so we'll have to see what happens there. But right, first off, I'm going to talk about the releases. So it is that time of year again after WrestleMania where contracts come to an end, they're not renewed, people are released, and I think there are quite a few surprises this time. So I'm going to kind of go through some of the key ones. So one was Alba Fire. Again, she was aligned with Chelsea Green, so that was kind of a little bit of a surprise. Zoe Stark, I know she's been out injured, but it was rumored that she was ready to return, but that's not happened. Then
She
we had
as well snapped her blooming leg off. How on earth was she anywhere near ready to return?
apparently this is what I am hearing on the web.
She wasn't that great anyway. So.
But I don't know. I think she was talented. I think she was just
Controversial. Oh, I like
She definitely could kick your ass, but I didn't. I wasn't really bothered by her. So I wasn't surprised on the list of the least people I was surprised about. She was on the top.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a surprise per se. No, exactly.
I would have paired her with Natty's new character, and it would have been an ass kicking.
I don't like Natty's new character either. Mm-hmm. I think the only reason Natty's still with the business is because she's got heart, because she's part of the heart. And they should all get in the bin, as far as I'm concerned.
Who else we had? So we had the Wyatt Six. So a little bit of a surprise because they've recently kind of been in storyline, but actually WWE haven't had a clue how to book them since their debut. So we'll talk about that a little bit more. So that included Bo Dallas, like Uncle Howdy, Nikki Cross, Dexter Loomis, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, Aleister Black, and Zelina Vega. That's probably the most surprising of all of them, just because of how they've been integrated in the stories over the last few weeks. He got some big win over Randy Orton, and we thought that he was going to be a big thing post WrestleMania. Kairi Sane, again, that was kind of a shocker. Didn't see that happening. Again, she was kind of an integral storyline, what was going on with Asuka and Io Sky. But then we had Apollo Crews, no kind of real surprises there. Santos Escobar, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley.
I thought Santos Escobar had already gone.
He did, and then I think he came back with Triple A, and I'm not sure if he came back under them or WWE, but yeah, I thought he'd gone, but I do remember seeing him on Triple A. I just don't remember seeing him back on WWE, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. Lolly, I'm going to come to you first. Who is your biggest surprise?
I think Kairi Sane is probably my biggest surprise, just because I really felt like they were building up a bit of a storyline for her to turn on Asuka, maybe pair up with Io Sky, because obviously her and Rhea kind of starting to go their separate ways now, so that was starting to make sense. And also Aleister Black for a point of view, because like they were starting to put him, he was malingering in the background a lot over the last couple of weeks, so I thought they were building something up for him, but no, TKO were just like, yoink, off you go.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Zelina Vega, she kind of she went on Twitch and she said that the phone call came from TKO. It didn't come from WWE. So I think a lot of these releases, or pretty much most of these releases, are a TKO business decision. They've looked at their contracts, they've looked at the salaries. Someone like Aleister Black probably came in on a lot of money last year because he was like a free agent, and then they decided, yeah, that's not working for us. You know, they'll look at that, they'll look at the merchandise sales. They're not looking at the creative or the narrative there. They're looking at only those things. Alex, go ahead.
So I was originally on the, Io Sky is a big shock, blah, blah, blah. She's in a storyline, blah, blah, blah.
Kairi Sane.
Kairi Sane. But Chris Collins has noted in the comments, and it's what I come to say tonight, was last time she left because she was homesick.
All right.
It kind of plays into that again, which is, I'm done, I want to go. Because it doesn't make any sense for them to get rid of her. She probably sold merch. She had a lot of fans. It didn't make sense. And maybe she was just like, oh, I can go.
Yeah.
You know, I want to go home.
Yeah, just let her contract run out and not renew. Yeah.
You know, very much it could have been that. But I do think the biggest shock is Aleister Black and Zelina Vega.
Yeah.
Because they've been kind of dipping in lots of other people's stories.
Yes.
They've been like putting the needle in.
Yeah, and wasn't Aleister Black like in the background of loads of shots, like behind Cody and all this kind of stuff? You think, oh, what's that going to lead to?
It annoys me because I get that Vince didn't know how to book Aleister Black, and I get why he went to AEW. I'm a bit disappointed that they couldn't book Aleister Black properly. I'm not surprised, but on the flip side of that, I'm not at all surprised they couldn't book the Wyatts properly.
Yeah,
because the Wyatts had the incredible debut, and let's not beat around the bush. They were brought back because of what happened to Bray.
Yeah.
And it was a sentimental hire more than anything. And maybe it just shows that all those spooky wooky storylines came out of Bray's head. And no one else could tap into those stories because they've been fighting over a lantern for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And the only thing that's been good in that is Solo Sikoa.
Absolutely. I mean, it was such an incredible debut for the White Six, and the lead up to the build up, and came such an impact, and everyone was really excited, and then just fell off a cliff. I can't think of anything. I mean, Nikki Cross, has she had a match since she's come back? Can't even. I know she's dived over the top rope a few times, but
I think there might have been a mixed tag in there at some point.
Right.
And by the way, all the people that were saying that Alexa Bliss was like a shoe-in to get involved. Maybe she didn't.
Quite sure how to help you with that.
Not you, Alexa. Different Alexa. Shut up. Right, let's turn you off.
She doesn't. She doesn't know how to help us.
While we talk about Miss Bliss. No, how do I turn you off? Go away. No, there we go. You were talking about bloopers before, Lolly.
yeah, we're live, baby.
Maybe Alexa Bliss just didn't want to get involved. Maybe she was quite happy just having a bit of a tribute and actually not getting involved in the stories. Maybe she saw the writing on the wall of the case of those stories aren't going to work without Bray.
Yeah. Okay. Lee, releases. It seemed like, again, a lot of it got leaked before even the talent was able to go out on social media and post that stuff there. How do these guys get so close?
Close to...
Like the TKO and the people who are making these decisions to release these things. It's kind of crazy, right?
It is crazy, and it's not a good look. It's not a good look. There are people at the end of these releases. It must be coming from somewhere. It must be coming from the inside down. They must be feeding the dirt sheets. But none of those releases bother me, to be honest. Even Aleister Black.
Agreed.
I think I'll miss him in a few months. They must know they're going to be releasing these people prior to it being announced. A week, 2 weeks, maybe. I wish WWE were better at wrapping things up, and I think the Kyrie situation is a really good example of you should really wrap your stories up, because at the minute the abusers won, and again, it's not a good look for.
No. Similar thing happened to R-Truth, didn't it, when he was released as well?
Asuka's been abusing Kyrie. There's no win there.
There's no closure.
Maybe she took her leave because she was being abused, and she had a chat with HR, and they said, "No, it's right. You can just go quietly."
We'll have a without prejudice discussion. Take a check.
All right, let's jump over to the comments.
Sorry, just one thing. The other thing to remember as well, and Zelina Vega talked about this on her podcast, which is she got a phone call from a TKO part of the business.
Yeah.
Not from a WWE part of the business. So I don't think Triple H had anything to do with this because he loves Kairi Sane. I don't think he would have let Kairi go.
No.
And the board have just gone, nope, we're getting rid of these people. Gone.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Adam said Escobar is a huge talent, in my opinion. Can't believe they fumbled him. I think he is really talented, definitely. Chicken McNuggets, Chris Jericho come to WWE. He's not. He's in AEW. He's just signed a new contract. Nothing happening there. Sadly, they don't want people who don't sell merch. From Steve. Yeah, I agree. I think that is a big indicator. And people like Aleister Black, the White Six, weren't big merch pushers, and they would have been on decent salaries. So, that's a whole faction you can just cut out. And are you going to miss them? Not particularly. Bo Dallas, was he that great? Not really. So again, we won't miss these guys. It's the link to Bray, which is kind of makes you think, oh, that's kind of sad. But Alex, go on.
Did anyone, while ever listening to one of Bray's rambling VTs, ever actually understand a word of what he was talking about or find any of it poignant?
I loved the early stuff where he was a cult leader in the swamps and stuff at NXT, and then he came up. I thought the ramblings of that guy made no sense, but were really they captured you. They were really engaging. When he started to go a bit more Sister Abigail.
Did I say Bray? I obviously meant Bo Dallas.
Oh, Bo Dallas.
Sorry, I obviously meant Uncle Howdy. I can't get I'm turning into Ken, and I can't get my names right today.
You have to excuse Alex. He's been absent a couple of weeks.
I've got my dust off my podcast rust.
Exactly that.
I'm too busy focusing on apexes and corners at the moment in sim racing. So forgive me.
Uncle Howdy, not a fucking clue.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just rambled, didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Some of the early VT stuff I enjoyed when he was doing like the counselling sessions videos. That kind of stuff was good really early on. But yeah, that kind of disappeared really, really quickly. Chris, Aleister Black, I think every promotion struggle with booking him. Yeah, it's not just a WWE thing. I think he's fine. I've never particularly warmed to him either way. So again, he's not going to be a miss for me. It seemed like they tried to insert him into the Karrion Kross feature. So they got rid of Karrion, and then Aleister was basically doing the same thing with like Sami Zayn and talking to people about their motives and all that kind of stuff. Is kind of weird. Chris, Alex has got Little Miss Bliss locked in his house. We all heard us. Fair. Adam, all talent better get catchphrase or catchy theme for fans to sing along to survive under TKO. Yeah, not a bad shout. What else have we got here? I like the Firefly Funhouse. Yes. Yeah, that was good. Aleister is bland. Yeah, no, I'd agree with that as well. Definitely.
Aleister Bland. That could be his new gimmick.
Aleister Bland.
He could come dressed in a shirt and it'd be Aleister Bland.
Aleister Gray.
Right. Let's have a quick look over at TikTok. Apparently my gifting's suspended for some reason. TikTok does not like me on live. I can tell you that.
Are we not allowed to say the M word on this?
No, do not say that. I'll be right off this show. Right. Let's move on there. So we talked about the releases. Let's talk about Jacob Fatu. So he obviously had segments on SmackDown earlier in the week. He had his sort of cousins around him and the Usos talking about the family and his place with Roman. Solo came out to talk about how he brought him into the business and should show some loyalty there. He ended up having a match against Solo Sikoa in the main event. He beat him. He took down the whole MFT. Stood really strong. Move on to Monday Night Raw. We had the cold open with the OTC and the Usos. I really liked that. That was a really cool little video there. And basically Jay, again, he's stirring the pot. He's the aggressor. Jimmy's like, calm down, take a moment, and she's like, no consequences, Oos. And got into Roman's head again. Roman and Jacob obviously faced off in the main event, which they call it, of Raw, where they kind of discussed the fact that Roman thought that Jacob wasn't ready, and he wasn't really going to give him that shot. So attacked by Jacob, he choked him out, and then Roman gave him his wish. Lee, is it too early for Jacob?
No. It is perfect timing for Jacob. He needs a main event run. He's not going to win it, but he's about to get that spotlight. He's got a new finisher. By the looks of it, they kept calling it the Tongan Death Grip or something.
Yeah,
love that.
Yeah,
it's a rubbish mandible claw, isn't it?
Oh, it looked horrible.
He's grabbing his throat.
Just grabbing his
He looked like he didn't know what to do.
No, I think it's spot on timing for Jacob. I think he's coming off beating one of the top heels in the business at Mania. Let's move on up.
Lolly, you have not really watched the Bloodline stuff. No. So you have a very different relationship with Roman Reigns to maybe the rest of us. And so how is this coming across to you? Roman with the Usos and Jacob. What does all this mean to you?
So from my point of view, I know I've mentioned this a bazillion times before in the podcast, but I just don't know why I care about Roman Reigns, to be quite honest. He also just comes across as a sort of old new person coming into watching it from June, July last year. He just comes across really arrogant. He's like a bit too polished, and I really am backing Jacob Fatu. He came in Raw and he was gritty, he was aggressive, he was edgy, and he really had like Roman Reigns. I actually legitimately felt almost like it was real, that there was like some sort of hatred there, and I was like, this is great. I absolutely love it. And I'm like, for me, Jacob Fatu is much more interesting, much more exciting than Roman Reigns from my point of view at the moment. So I'm just really excited to see how this goes. And also I'm a bit confused because obviously Roman Reigns for ages has been saying that he can do it by himself, and yet he's still flanked by the Usos. So what the fuck, bro?
It's pretty much what he did throughout his whole reign, to be honest. It was very much it's all about me. But yeah, I'm gonna have my ass saved plenty of times. Alex, we don't expect Jacob to win. So what?
And that's
where
the
does this
problem.
lead?
And that's the problem.
Right.
Because what I feel should have happened here is Jacob Fatu should definitely be facing Roman at some point. But Jacob Fatu should be the one to take the title from Roman. He's not going to take it from him at Backlash. It's just not going to happen. So
could we have a hot swap? Could we have a win and a rematch?
no, I don't. They don't do that to Roman. I mean, if they did, I'd welcome it. It'd be awesome.
Something a
And
bit different.
they might be reeling us into a full sense of security with it, but I really, really highly doubt it. So I think they should have put somebody else in. And I was thinking about this earlier, and I looked through the roster. We are lacking main event stars. LA Knight could have been a good one to put in against Roman, and it's an easy loss, it's no problem. Then there's not really anybody else. Could you put Finn Balor in there? He's already lost to CM Punk twice.
Times, yeah.
So that wouldn't work. There was a couple other people, but I just don't think there's too many main event talent, so they have no choice but to go for Jacob. There's the only other two main event stars that they've got is Gunther and Seth, and they're in a program together. So neither of them are going to go off Roman. So you have to do Jacob, but Jacob can't win. So, and yeah, I totally agree. He doesn't need the bloodline anymore. Why? I don't know why we need Jimmy and Jay involved in it. They can go and do their own thing. They should be going after the Vision for the tag titles.
Yeah. Do you know what I think? I think
I
think Netflix has said we want the bloodline. I think that's that. I think because obviously that was all on SmackDown. The bloodline was all SmackDown. I think they've come out and said, yeah, we want that on Netflix for a period. We want Roman on there. You know, and they've swapped it around, and I think that will play a large part into it. I could be wrong, but
I think the Usos need Roman. I don't think they are relevant at all without the tribal chief.
yeah. I mean, I really enjoy them when they're on their lockdown phase. You know, I thought they were really, really great then.
The Uso Penitentiary.
Uso Penitentiary.
Brilliant.
Yeah, that was great stuff. But I think that since the fallout of the bloodline, I mean, the fallout of the bloodline was fantastic. You know, and the whole storyline was epic. Trying to recapture it is going to be very, very difficult. So I'm not sure how they're planning on doing it. They can't just run the same thing again with them both falling out against Roman. So
just a thing, just to pick up with Steve in the comments, is it's not a case of no main event stars. They've got no main event stars that can take an L. No, I think it's both of those situations. LA Knight is the only one that could legitimately go for a match with Roman and lose.
Yeah.
Other than that, there is nobody else.
No, because Gunther taking an L would impact him. Seth is obviously tied up with Braun. Yeah, it's a little thin at the top.
Ober's on SmackDown.
Ober's flitting between the two. Ober's on. Both
he's
at the
actually
moment.
actually still a free agent.
He's still a free agent on WWE.com.
Yes.
But I thought he signed a contract with Raw.
He's a free agent. He's a free agent on WWE website with Brock Lesnar, Danhausen,
He's been like that for ages. Yeah.
Danhausen, and Omos.
Yes, Omos and Brock Lesnar have been on there for the longest time.
And also, and now this is complete and utter speculation, I saw a video today of Braun Strowman on a cut, looking awesome. I would love for Braun Strowman to come back. I don't know if Lolly ever saw Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman was a 6'8" former strongman.
Slightly smaller version of me.
Yeah.
And yeah, Braun was awesome and terribly booked.
Yeah.
He was a big guy that could go, could move, could sell, could talk, was funny, could be threatening. I think he had everything, but they just don't book big guys that well.
He won the tag team championship at WrestleMania with a 12-year-old.
Forgot about that.
So there you go.
Is one of the only people to take the Money in the Bank and go, I'm going to fight you on this day in a cell, in a cage, and pick his time to Roman, and then lost.
Yeah. All right, let's go over to the comments. Chris, Jacob doesn't need to win, but this match with Roman will give him that big push. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a feud that can be revisited. Let's have a look. Yeah, the Usos, I mean, they're on the 75th theme song in 3 weeks. Yeah, it keeps changing every time they come out. There's a variation of it. I wanted to push Penta to main event status by the summer. He's ready. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of intercontinental feuds going on at the moment, which I really like. But then maybe at the end of that, yeah, like after SummerSlam, push him to the main event. Very much like they did with Rey Mysterio. I think it's all about timing, and he could be a little guy in a great field. Braun versus Oba. Yeah, that'd be a hell of a match. That's way down the line. I think you need to protect Oba for a while. You don't want him in the title scene too early, because if he goes for it, he should be winning it. So you need to keep him away and just having him smashing people every week. Braun has a problem with his knees now, but his matches with Roman were epic. Oh, okay. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. Let's go over to TikTok. How long until Jacob teams up with Solo again? Yeah, maybe we'll have a Solo and Jacob versus Roman and Usos thing. Maybe they will kind of do Bloodline versus Bloodline thing again. That's quite possible. Go on, Alex. You're on mute, butter.
Oh, I muted the wrong way. I'm all for a babyface Solo.
Yes.
Because he's so funny.
He's so funny.
There's so much stuff you see with Solo from house shows and stuff
Yes.
like that. Or stuff that he just does on the sly outside of the camera's view that you see people are filming.
Yeah.
And he's just funny. He's just naturally funny. A bit like Jimmy is very funny as well. And I want to see that side of him, because I think the MFTs could be something really good. And there's something obviously happening between Solo and Tama. Mm-hmm. But I want to see I would happily see a Solo and Jacob babyface faction. I'd love that.
All right, okay. All right. Belt Up Rider, he said it needs Heyman, Paul Heyman. Heyman's spread thin at the moment. I wouldn't put Heyman in this feud. I don't think it needs it. I suspect that Heyman will get involved with Roman and the Bloodline when Gunther wants a favor. I think that's going to be where we kind of get him interjected into that. How long? What else? Would it hurt to have Oba but have him fall short with no contest for a future opponent?
No,
I wouldn't book it that way. I think, yeah, I agree. I'm even for like a Goldberg thing where you actually start recognizing how many wins he's had. Okay, now it's 10 undefeated, 15 undefeated, and just have him smashing through the roster all the way up to and have him win the Royal Rumble or something. So
I'd have Oba win King of the Ring and then win title at SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, you put him on in that quick?
That quick.
I suppose sometimes you need to cap
I want to wait.
But do you risk losing the heat? He's so hot right now.
I don't think he will. Maybe. He's Brock Lesnar 2.0. He will not lose.
He's a spectacle, isn't
momentum. He? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's. Yeah, I'd strap a rocket.
I was going to say win the Rumble, but actually we got fatigue with basically every single Rumble winner this year because it just took so long.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
But I feel like they'll want him to win the title at Mania.
Anthony, I wonder what happened with Talatonga. Has he been given the boot or what? Which one's Tala?
He's tall one.
Really tall.
Oh, okay.
Clues in the name, dude. I know names aren't your forte, but clues in the name. He just wasn't there this week. He was there the other week because he was there.
Probably just an injury.
He was there for the Battle Royal, wasn't he? Because he was down to him and Royce Keys. Yeah, even though I haven't actually seen that because I was I don't know if you heard, I was in LA and Mexico. I don't know if you've heard. But yeah, so I missed that. But so yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with him. I think he either had a week off or hopefully not injured. Yeah. Not another injury, for God's sake.
Yeah. I've seen Talatonga live in the flesh, and that is the most intimidating bloke I've ever seen in my life. He's enormous. He's 7 foot wide, let alone 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
He's a lovely guy as well. We had a 10-15 minute chat about.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, really nice bloke, but
nice.
Scary mofo.
Well, Steve has said, to be honest, I'm losing the buzz with Heyman. He needs to have a bit of a break. Yeah, I mean, Heyman is great, but I think he's been a lot, like with the Vision and Brock and stuff like that, and he was having 2-3 segments on Raw every week, and yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. Lee, you had a point?
Yeah, Ken, I think I'm piggybacking off. Did we have a chat at work the other day about having a Paul Heyman?
No, not at all. Go on.
No, we're working. Yeah. About
Why are you
Heyman
being
girl.
dragged into HR now, Kenan? Who?
Yes. We mentioned about a Paul Heyman goal, and I said he
thought
should
this was
have
genius.
Stephanie Vaquer. I think that is the perfect woman to go to be a Paul Heyman woman, because we know that she struggles with her English in promos. It's not her first language. She's trying to improve. But turn her heel, have her align with Paul Heyman. She'd absolutely smash it, and you could just decimate the roster. I think that would be fantastic.
I think Stephanie would be better as a heel.
Yeah.
I would rather have Stephanie as a heel.
Yeah.
And but
She's got an injury now, so she'll be off for a little bit. So she can
Oh,
come
is
back
that
as
why
a heel.
that happened today?
Yes,
Right. Okay.
that's why she got beat down today. So she got an injury, and that's why they didn't go that hard at WrestleMania, apparently, because they were both carrying slight knocks.
Why it was a quick match.
Why it was a quick match. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Well, I mean, Liv still looks battered from the head injury.
Yeah,
She's still got the massive bags under her eyes. And the
I think that's from
well on her
Coachella.
head.
I'm not sure how much of all of that is just from the head bash. But yeah, so Stephanie Vaquer, Paul Heyman win. Yeah, I think that if she could come back with him at that point, I think that'd be brilliant.
But I want a break from Paul Heyman
Yeah, I'd agree.
because I love Paul. He is the best promo in the business. But the whole point was we didn't see him that often. And he'd turn up after weeks of not seeing him, and he'd drop fire
And elevate it. Yeah.
and that was the whole thing. But I'm glad he's kind of not with the Vision anymore, as in not with Logan and Austin.
It's just stuck with Braun at the moment. Yeah.
But he's back with Braun. But Braun can talk anyway, so he doesn't need Paul.
Yeah. Yeah. Adam, Taller Tonga. I'll remember that. Thank you very much. Yes. Oba wins the title too soon. He'll burn out quickly. I mean, he had fantastic runs in NXT. I don't think that necessarily might be the case. I think it's one of those things where if you wait too long, the crowd won't cheer as loud. So you have to have the timing right. And maybe, like you say, pulling the trigger at SummerSlam is not a bad shout at all. Because Roman said he's here for the summer. So maybe that is until SummerSlam. And then he drops the title and goes off for a bit. Comes back for Survivor Series.
Do you know what the annoying thing is about Oprah being so big and so over and so mega? Is it means Neil was right.
Yeah.
For all that time, it means Neil was right. We know we're never going to live that one down, are we?
No.
He's our wise man.
Yeah. Steve said when Paul would turn up, you knew stuff was about to kick off. Yeah. And that's it. So rather than just delivering stuff every single week, he'd come out and deliver the big guns. I think that's what we need. The Fakir shout is brilliant. Thank you very much, Adam. Appreciate that. Anthony, Liv, shopping bad guys are definitely raving too hard and getting sloshed. Yeah, I think there's definitely some elements of that, 100%. Right, we've hardly covered anything. Right, Becky Lynch promo. Seemed like she was coming out to have a little redemption arc and just like, it's, my daughter, this, that, and the other at WrestleMania. She's like, no, I've turned up to this trash city. But I'm going to offer an open challenge. Sky comes out, which was great to see. And then she obviously tries to dismiss her at first. Adam Pearce comes out. No, you offered, she accepted, it's official. And then Asuka comes out to cost her the title. And that has led to an official match, obviously, at Backlash. So we all saw this coming. We knew that was going to be the match at Backlash. It was interesting. They pretty much cut Kyrie out of all the promotional stuff leading up to that when we had the little vignette from Asuka. But I think this is going to be a great match. And the card already for Backlash is looking really, really strong. So, Thoughts on Becky, Lolly?
I really enjoyed this match, actually. I enjoyed the promo. But I really enjoy Becky. She's probably one of my favourite heels in the business at the moment. I know that there's a lot of people that are giving her some flack at the moment, but in my eyes, she can do no wrong. She's just great. And I really enjoyed the match between her and Io Sky. I thought it was really good, really full of action. I thought it was paced really well.
Yeah.
As well. Like there wasn't any point in it where I was kind of getting distracted or doom scrolling on my phone, which is generally when I feel like, I've kind of lost interest. So I'll be really looking forward to it. And as Adam's just pointed out, I really enjoyed the Shawn Michaels versus Marty Jannetty
line, yeah.
That was so funny. I thought that was brilliant. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Also, I can't hear Backlash without it sounding like Triple H saying it now. Backlash. Backlash. So yeah, I'm kind of
At least they're not calling it WrestleMania Backlash anymore.
No.
Oh, that's true, yes. Yes, it's Backlash Tampa, isn't it? It's in Tampa, Florida this time. Alex Lee, anything else on Becky and Io Sky and Asuka?
I only thing I was going to say was about the Marty Jannetty line. Considering we talked about that in our chat the other day,
yes,
about the Marty Jannetty go. That's like one of my first core memories of watching wrestling is him going through that plate glass window at the hands of Shawn Michaels when the Rockers split up, and that's like my core memory of wrestling.
Ingrained. Yeah,
and so it's just quite funny how that works out. But yeah, Becky is always great at making putting in a mega put down.
Mm-hmm. Chris has said, Chevrolet Sky win the title and have Asuka come out afterwards. We could have had Asuka and Sky for a title match. Maybe. I wouldn't have booked it that way. I think this makes more sense for the rivalry. It doesn't need a title on the line for it.
We're not going to get Io in any form of title match until something happens between her and Rhea, and Rhea turns heel.
That's
the next time that I want to see Io in. She can go after the IC title, go have a play around there and be excellent in the IC title picture, and just build it back up for something to happen, Rhea to turn on Io, and then we get that, and then we get the whole thing, which is Rhea can't beat Io, and Io gets that title.
Yeah, well, maybe we have the draft, and Io moves over to SmackDown, and it's like, oh, my best buddy's back here, and then they have a match, and there we go. Right, we have a new United States Women's Champion. Tiffany Stratton beat Julia on SmackDown.
Meh.
Any fans
Am
of
I
this?
the only one that enjoyed the match?
Shall we move on?
Yeah, I didn't like the match. I think Tiffany's really sloppy.
I mean, I did watch it while making breakfast. I wasn't watching it intently.
Yeah, I think she's really sloppy at the moment.
But I
since
think
she's come back.
I think the title had to get off Julia because she wasn't doing anything with it.
Put it back on Chelsea. I don't care.
Put it back on Chelsea. But I also, what happened to the fallout that was bound to happen between her and Kiana James? Because then putting it on Kiana James would have made more sense.
Yeah.
Rather than just giving it to someone who's a main eventer.
It's like, oh, sorry we didn't put you on WrestleMania this year. Have the United States Championship. It's like...
Tiffy time is over, baby.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'm really bored of her. She needs to go full heel. I've always said Tiffany will be better as a heel. Even when she... it was the stuff with her and Nia. When she turned on Nia... doubled and make her a heel after the fact because she did come out. I thought that was going to happen. She was, oh, you all thought I was just dumb blonde, blah blah blah. But then she kept face. I was just like, no, just turn her heel. It'll work so much better. But yeah, Steve, pointless match. Tiffany Stratton has lost her buzz. She looks really hesitant. Yeah, definitely. We could have had the James feud.
You mean Kiana James?
Kiana James. Okay, There we go. Tiffy time is on BSC, clearly turning up. Work late. Yeah, definitely. Right, what else did we have? We had Brie Bella and Paige. They come out celebrating, and they were interrupted by Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. We had a tag team match. It was a title match, wasn't it? But then it ended in a no contest because Fatal Influence appeared on SmackDown, who got a call out from NXT. And that is JC Jane, Fallon Henley, and Lainey Reed. I don't know too much about them from NXT. Do you guys?
I do, yeah.
I'll go on, Lee.
No, go on.
No, you're the NXT person. Go on.
The NXT correspondent. No, JC Jane's. She was quite a shock actually when she won the women's title. So she
I remember watching that match. Yeah.
They've been a group together. They've not really done anything that exciting. JC Jane's quite standard in the ring. You'll enjoy her matches, but you won't remember her matches. It's probably a fair assumption.
Is it more her personality than her wrestling ability?
Yeah, there's a really good TikTok reel actually of JC Jane being a bully, and it's quite amusing. Some of her facial expressions and
because I think the women's roster on SmackDown is a little thin, right?
Yeah.
Again, so it makes sense, I guess. Other call-ups we've had, obviously. Oh, let's talk about Joe Henry. So
Hendry. There is honestly, I'm going to have a problem with you and Michael Cole. There is a D in Hendry.
I'm lazy and I don't
It's
care.
not Henry. And I'm more. Don't worry, I'm more pissed off at Michael Cole than I am at you because he did it like 12 times and it really pissed me off. There's a D in it. I'm not that picky on names, but Jesus Christ, get the guy's actual name right. But no, fire Logan Paul.
Fire Logan
Yes.
Paul. Yes.
I have to say, I've never really been big on Joe Hendry, but as soon as he started singing about firing Logan Paul, I was like, you son of a
Winner.
bitch, I'm in. Yeah.
The stuff that's going to happen between him and Danhausen
Oh,
is going
gonna be
to
gold.
be brilliant.
I'm
Not
so
that the stuff
excited.
between him and Miz also isn't effing brilliant at the moment as well. Apart from I didn't need to see that again this week because I've seen it like 20,000 times, so I keep watching it.
He stole his daughter's bike.
My favourite bit was he's just like, oh, spaceship, very rich.
Yes.
Spaceship, very rich. I'm in the second pool. You have two pools. You can see Allegiant Stadium.
Oh, that was just so
When
good.
did he move to Nevada? Didn't he used to live in LA?
Yeah, no, he did. They built this whole house. I think it was a whole big thing. And
Okay.
what I loved about it is that suspension of disbelief again. Is like the doorbell rings and the Miz opens the door to the cameraman. It's like, no one's there. Walks back into the house. It's
Who
just like
keeps a bowl of
chocolate powder,
cocoa powder on their entranceway table?
just a little dip as you go out the door. Yeah.
It would have been funnier if it was potpourri and he ate some potpourri
Yeah,
and went,
yeah.
"Ugh, that's very nice.
Nice,
Very
very evil. Yeah.
and then it got lumped in. But yeah, so.
Yeah, it was. No, that was. He just sold the house. Oh right, okay, there we go. Steve is informing us. It was all over Instagram apparently. Hendry Hausen. Oh, that's a tag team.
Hendry Hausen.
That'd be quite
He-
something.
Joe Hendry also acknowledged our tribal chief.
Yes, he did.
He acknowledged the tribal chief. So no,
He recognised Oba.
He recognised the ruler. I am all over Joe Hendry. Love Joe Hendry. I've been waiting for him to turn up. But why did they tell us that he was going to be on the show?
He didn't even
Let
get his
it-
entrance though, did he?
Let it be. No, I don't mind that. That's fine. But let it be a fucking surprise. There's no surprises anymore.
No.
It's like we knew Ethan Page was going to be on. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's a big call-up. Surely you want the pop of that, you know? And Ethan, I saw some of the stuff that I don't know too much about Ethan Page, but I saw all the stuff he did with Chelsea Green. I mean,
So good.
I don't think it was because Chelsea's Chelsea. I think Ethan's also excellent.
He is, yeah,
and
no,
it
definitely.
worked.
He's fantastic, and I like the fact they've been put him right into the Intercontinental title picture.
Yeah.
There's a really great field with that at the moment. We had Penta versus Rusev in a non-title
Great
match. Great match, yeah, really, really strong. And then Javon Evans came out because he got involved. Ethan Page got involved, so it looks like we're going to have a tag team match. Obviously, Penta and Javon Evans versus Rusev and Ethan Page. Whether we get that Backlash or just on Raw next week, who knows? But yeah, Intercontinental title picture is really quite strong at the moment. Logan Paul was pretty angry when he came out about Joe Hendry. He was spitting at the mouth.
He sounded like Biff Tannen
Yes,
from
he did.
from
Back
Back to the Future.
Back to
That's
the
all I
Future.
that's all I can hear. I'm so glad I'm so glad you agree. All I could hear was Biff Tannen. I'm just like
He really did. Because I was annoyed. I was just like, he reminds me of somebody, and that's exactly who it is.
Yeah,
Get
and the Street Profits obviously came out to make the save from the Vision, and but later on Raw they made it very clear that they came out for the Vision when Seth was getting beat. But it's like, we weren't there for you. It's about the tag team championships. But with Joe Hendry, they're there doing the wave. It's just to reinforce that Seth is Billy No Mates, as Bron Breakker has said. Let's talk about Bron Breakker. Oh, actually, no. Before I say that, I want to share this tweet, because if you guys haven't seen the tweet from Austin Theory from last week, which was great, I put it on our chat. He said, I know exactly why the Street Profits came back last week. It wasn't motivation. It wasn't passion. It's because Bianca can't pay the bills anymore. So good.
by the way,
It's a shame Austin Theory can't bring that actually to the show, because he
Bring it
does,
to the mic, bro. Yeah.
He does. He's like simultaneously doesn't do enough and too much at the same time. Like,
I don't like this character. He's so much
No.
better than this. He's
He
so
is.
much better than this.
He is.
Yeah, he's way better than this. Oh, by the way, for all the people who basically fat shamed Montez Ford in the live shows and stuff. The guy was obviously going through some stuff because he was trying to have a freaking baby. He wasn't necessarily on telly. He's allowed to put on a bit of weight, and now he looks better than any of you ever will in your entire life. So
except Lee. But did you see his cut, the 8-week cut that he showed from where he was and where he finished? Both of them went on this major 8-week cut, and it was just like they look incredible.
Yeah, Dawson looks even better. I mean, Dawson's transformation.
And he's shirtless. It's like the first time you see him shirtless.
Montez has gone back to what he was, and he was always in phenomenal shape. But Montez has gone from a big guy to almost very shredded. So that's great.
No, agreed. Just to head over to the chat, Steve, because the ratings are through the floor and they need viewers, which is why they keep advertising stuff. It's true. Logan Paul has lost his hype too. In my opinion, he has started not to matter, and Austin Theory offers nothing to the team. There's not a lot going on there at all. Adam, Montez Ford looked fantastic with those nutty professor looking photos fake. No, they were genuine. He was out of shape, and he's posted these photos on his own Instagram to show where he was and now where he is. So
he put a post up which was something like, went away, put on weight, made a baby.
Trained 8 weeks.
Trained for 8 weeks, came back. Something along those lines.
Finished the album.
Mad respect to Montez. I love Montez Ford.
Chris has said, well said, Alex. For your comments. Absolutely, he's in better shape than any of us. And Montez Ford should have got the Jey Uso push. We expected a long time for Montez Ford to either turn heel or split, didn't we? We were expecting the Street Profits to split for a long time and Ford go on like a solo run.
Do you think Montez didn't want to split from Dawkins because it means Dawkins would probably have nothing to do on his own?
Possibly, depending on their relationship they have. I think there's definitely a case to be had for that, because I think, without Montez, I don't think he works as a solo.
Montez gives me massive 90s HBK vibes. The guy drips charisma, drips it.
I could see eventually a world title on Montez if it goes right. He's got that charisma. He's got the move set. He's got the physique. He's really tall. I think he's got all the. You laugh, Lolly.
No, it's the comments. Adam in the comments. Dawkins Janetti.
Love it.
I thought it's because I said he was tall as a functioning, but unfortunately, do you know what? I've seen people. This is where social media is a bunch of twats. I've seen people slagging off Bron Breakker, saying, "Who's this little guy? He's 6 foot tall."
Say it to his face.
And he's what, 250 pounds? Yeah, exactly. Say it to his face, and then you won't have a face anymore.
No.
He is an absolute beast. Let's talk about Bron Breakker. So he obviously came out after Seth called him out. Seth with a dirty chair shot last week. That was all him, which has cost the cut and the staples at the back of his head. He missed that chair shot and hit the back of his head. Kind of probably added to the segment in a way with the blood. But Bron Breakker came out, and I thought he cut a really strong promo. And I love the impersonation where he held the nose. I am a revolutionary. Really great. And has he got a point? Has Seth gone stale? Lolly, what do you think?
Well, I really enjoyed Bron Breakker's promo, and weirdly, so like before he kind of got injured, I was like a bit unbothered by him, to be honest. But since he's come back, I feel like he's really like refined his promos. He's obviously like worked out because he's like really hench at the moment as well. And I really enjoyed the segment, and I thought he was standing up to, because Seth is brilliant on the mic.
Yeah.
Like he's just incredible. But he was like a great, sort of rival to Seth on there, and I'm kind of quite excited about what this feud could bring now, to be honest.
I think this is one of his stronger promos. I thought he cut a couple of good promos when he went up against Jay at the time, but I've definitely seen some of his NXT stuff, and he is more than capable. That's what I liked about this segment, actually, is Heyman took the mic and then was like, no, you speak. And then he delivered the promo. I was like, that's a really nice touch, because it's like he's giving him the confidence and he's letting the audience know, no, he can speak for himself. It's not like Brock, who doesn't really take the mic. He's more than capable of holding his own. And I thought he did. I thought he delivered a really good promo. Adam, best ever Braun promo for me. That Braun Breaker promo helped him. Before that, he was becoming stale. Yeah, I agree. And that was from Chris, so 100%. So, Lee, you excited for this match? Braun versus Seth, and who goes over?
I am excited. I think it'd be an absolute belter. As long as Braun slows down slightly. That's my only sort of slight criticism of a Braun
promo or in ring, you mean?
Promo spot on. Nailed
right.
It. Knock that right out of the park. It's his in-ring work. It's explosive, it's quick, it's powerful, it's beautiful when it connects. But that spear at WrestleMania looks shit. And he just, when it doesn't...
He actually gave Seth a black eye because his foot came over the top and hit Seth in the face. Seth, he dodged it. I'm sorry, that's down to Seth. Go on, Alex.
At the end of the day, he's going to be in the ring with Seth Rollins. It's going to be a great match because I don't get the people who don't like Seth Rollins because when's there ever been a bad Seth Rollins match? He just knows how to get the best out of people. It's why, for me, he's the best professional wrestler in the world right now. I don't think anyone's on his level. I think he's absolutely excellent, and he can just drag a good match out of anybody. And he doesn't need to drag that out of Braun because Braun is absolutely good enough. But I think he can help Braun pace himself to make the match. Because you hear this all the time. You hear, older wrestlers talk about slow down. Don't do all your things in one go. Draw it out. Listen to the crowd. That kind of stuff. And Seth's brilliant at that. So that'll help and draw it and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a really good match. And I mean, I'd put Braun over at this point. I think he needs a momentum. I think,
Seth doesn't need to win.
No, he doesn't. And he, Seth can go on a bit of a losing streak. Yes, he had the title. He's come back. No, now's not his moment. Definitely put Braun over. That's exactly how I'd book it. What else did we have? We had Trick Williams got taken out by the Gingerbread Man. Sami Zayn after the celebrations. I mean, it was quite funny, to be fair, but okay, so the boos that Sami were getting, he was turning to the crowd like, really? Now, is he actually surprised at the boos that he's getting, or is he feeding into the character narrative?
I think he was initially surprised, and now he's had no choice but to feed into it, and has now properly turned heel, which is the right thing to do because I can now stop disliking Sami. I think the whole thing of them trying to push him towards a world title, is gone. That's not happening. That's not happening anymore. Not for a good few years now. If he lasts that long, and I don't know how old he is or how much longer he wants to be in WWE for. I think he's got a job for life at WWE, and he is a brilliant professional wrestler. But no one felt sympathy for him.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he beats Trick over in Saudi. There's a Saudi show in June, isn't there? Isn't there a crown jewel or something?
Is anything going on in Saudi at the moment?
Well, they've just announced it, so I think it will go ahead regardless.
Really?
It'd be weird to announce it and then pull it 2 months later. Yeah.
He's 41, by the way. I just Googled it.
Is he?
He's a baby. He's young, virile, can go on forever. My back hurts.
Adam has said, Seth has reached that Daniel Bryan status. Great hand, versatile, and can feud with anyone. Agreed?
Yeah.
Chris says, I don't get the genuine hate for Sami. I'm not sure if it's genuine hate or they're just tired of him being pushed. I think that's more the case. I don't think they genuinely hate him or his character. It will come around again at the right time, but it's like, nah. People are more pissed that he got put over Carmelo before WrestleMania. That's why he's getting booed. It's not the type of person he is or necessarily his character even. It's just the timing of it all. It just really stinks.
I think with wrestling fans, that you hear it all the time in the docs, the Unreal and stuff. Fans can see through the bullshit, and they can see when something isn't authentic. And I don't think Sami is authentic in this title push. They could have made it authentic. They could have Kofi Mania, Yes-Mania, that sort of thing. That was real. We were all invested in that. It wasn't thrust upon us the way this guy just comes out in the ring and says, "I'm going to win a world title because I've been here the longest." It's it's not authentic, and it's never going to go over. It never has, never will.
No. It was all that weird, like him getting randomly angry stuff as well, that just didn't really feel like it fit.
It never really went anywhere either.
No, and I didn't get it. And then suddenly, and it was very like, I don't know, it just didn't work, I don't think, and I think that's probably why.
Yeah.
Slapping water bottles. Like,
Yeah. Such evil stuff.
Getting mad at Cody and Randy for no reason at all.
Yeah, no, exactly. Adam said, Little Yachty's voice grates on me, adds nothing. I don't know Little Yachty. Apparently he's here to stay for a bit, because he mentioned obviously celebrities up to WrestleMania, but he's sticking around, and so yeah.
I don't mind there being a mouthpiece with Trick. I don't mind. He strikes me as the kind of character that kind of needs a posse. Mm-hmm. Probably the most old man thing I could say.
He,
but
no,
doesn't need a mouthpiece, but just to have people around him.
I don't know if he
like
does.
An entourage.
An entourage kind of thing, where I'm the big guy and I have people around me. I could see him. They could lean into it more and give him a bodyguard and give him. He does all the talking still, and he's still the guy. He's still the main guy, but just he just has lots of people. Give me my dressing room, that kind of stuff. That'd be actually a really cool little angle to sort of go with. Not that he needs it, just because I'm big and important, so I have it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he doesn't need it, because when he was at the SmackDown in January in London, he kind of walked out and he basically had the whole crowd eating out of the palm of his hand just by him walking. He had the charisma by himself. For me, the Little Yachty thing has kind of cheapened it for me personally. I feel that it's a bit cringe. I'll be honest, it's like a TU East 17 music video.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I get it. He doesn't need it. It's little. I guess. Look, maybe you'll feel different if you know who Lil Yachty is and appreciate it, but I don't know who he is and I don't care. Sam has entered the chat. So Sam says all safe over in Saudi. So we're all staying at Sam's next year when we go to WrestleMania. So get ready for us, Sam. We are invading you. Or maybe I shouldn't say that regarding Saudi. That's not where we get. I'll probably get banned again.
That's the TikTok live cut.
Gun.
Kenan has an HR meeting tomorrow.
Reggie, how you doing, Reggie? Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate you. Thanks for the comments on Insta and stuff where you've messaged me. I appreciate you. I don't know any of the celebrities that brought out, only Pat. Yeah, it's kind of messy. I know some of the YouTubers and stuff like that, but that's about it. Trick's a star on his own, but in my opinion, they would have probably put Royce with him as a bodyguard. Oh, that could have been interesting.
But what I'm saying is, it's not a wrestler bodyguard, just an entourage, just people,
normal security, and just like
people just following him around. Add to the celebrity that he is. He doesn't need to do anything for him. It's they're just set dressing for him. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm getting at with regards to that. With regards to Royce Keys, does anyone care about the whole backstory and stuff? I just want to see the
factor, is it?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Lonnie nailed it. Absolutely. She said it's like the X Factor video before they go out and get the golden buzzer. It's like the
which is
story.
what me and the wife always skip.
Yes.
Just show me the big manly man smashing people. Thank you very much.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. Right, let's move on. So we had Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. Really great match. Again, Rey is just timeless. He just keeps pulling this stuff off. It's really, really great. And obviously they're still hyping up the match between the two different El Grande Americanos, and that is going to be a great match. I'm really looking forward to that.
But it's going to be on AAA.
It is on AAA, yes.
It's going to be a mask for mask, and it's on AAA, which I'm going to have to figure out.
I'm probably going to have to live stream that one. Yeah, I'll probably live stream that one.
Did you guys and girls see the brawl that they had at one of the?
Yes, before the match was announced.
Brilliant,
so good.
They were launching each other.
You guys need to share this stuff. I don't see any of this stuff.
Yeah,
it is amazing.
Really, really great. He, the artist formerly known as Kaiser, he came out and did like this flying tackle, and it was like a Braun tackle. He just flew out of the air.
The 24-year-old Kaiser, yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
Steve says J&J Security. Yes, that's exactly what Trick needs. I'm like J&J Security. I love that reference. Reggie, awesome podcasting booth, Kenan. Yeah, this is my little office at home. The wife has granted me this room to indulge in my hobbies. I'm still waiting for some WWE merch. Which I've got nothing in here. It's all Lego and Funko Pops and stuff at the moment. So, but we'll get there. Obafemi versus Grayson Waller. We touched on Grayson Waller's like everyone's getting an opportunity. Obafemi's like, yeah, let's give him that. And again, he just smashed through him. And he's kind of the open challenge, the Obafemi Open Challenge, right? Because he's like he made it clear that Trick has said there's no open challenge for the US title, so he's going to do his own thing. Everybody else has kind of got their matches made up. Who the hell's going to show up to fight him? I mean,
Danhausen.
No, we want Danhausen.
Cursed, and he'll curse himself.
Would it be Royce?
That'd be a hot one.
It would be a good match, but then you just kind of kill off Royce, don't you, if he loses? I don't know.
I've got one.
Go on.
Sheamus. I would love to see Sheamus return.
Oh, that'd be a banger.
Coming out.
I don't think Sheamus is fit again after doing Sol Rika's workout routine.
That'd be a slugfest.
Yeah, it'd be very strange. I mean, I don't know who. Some low fodder is going to come out. I don't know. Is Kofi going to come out and try?
We don't have any jobbers anymore.
Yeah, this is a problem.
Otis might come out and give it.
Otis is still on the roster. I was really surprised at that when I was looking.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I haven't looked at the
LA
roster.
Knight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't want LA to die. I mean, I don't know where he's gone. I don't want LA to die.
Yeah.
Kit
You're going to
Wilson.
die tonight.
I know I keep harking back to it, but he gives me such Brock Lesnar vibes, and I think back to Brock Lesnar's first run, when Brock Lesnar first appeared, and he went through the Hardys, squashed them, then he moved on to this upper mid cut. He had a brilliant feud with Rob Van Dam. He actually had an IC title match that he never won.
Yeah,
it was his disqual, and I just can see Oba doing something similar now, just walking through a few tag teams, then someone at the upper level. A Sheamus, for example, and then I'm off.
But
to
do you
Roman
remember Oba came out and just smashed people, and we haven't seen him? Like, what happened to the Viking Raiders?
Yeah,
they were about to have a match. He come out and smash them. We've never
He
seen
sent them
since.
back to medieval times.
Yeah, it's just like, but they haven't been released. I don't know. It's very, very strange. What's going on over there?
This is where the hardcore title is missed.
Yes,
Because that's where jobbers made their name. Was in the
Hardcore
hardcore
Championship
title. And
or
then someone
24/7 is so much better than open challenges.
Yes.
You know?
No, I loved Carmelo's open challenge.
Oh no, US Open Challenge, I'm fine with that. But just I'm here to fight. I don't like that. Have a hardcore championship and people trying to attack him backstage or the referee or whatever it is. Yeah, I'm all for that. But just to come out, Steve, Kit Wilson. No, Kit Wilson's been killed already. So yes, exactly.
Danhausen and R-Truth fighting over the hardcore title.
It's perfect.
Imagine with Joe Hendry.
It's perfect.
That's another good shout. Wrong show, but with a draft and things, Damian Priest on Raw would have another really, really good run-in with Oba, and he'd be able to take Oba into those deeper waters where he's got to
if Oba's on both shows, potentially he will go and do the Open Challenge on SmackDown as well, right?
Yeah.
So he'd be fighting both shows for like 3 minutes. Yeah. Okay. What else have we? Let's just go to the chat. So Steve says, sorry, I'm bored with open challenges. Yeah, kind of mentioned that. We need something a bit different. Reggie, did you know that the Patriot, Del Wilkes, was the original El Grande Americano? No, I did not. And if that's a reference to something, I've missed it. Kit Wilson, yeah, like I think I say, he's already been murdered. He can only keep getting beaten. Why can WWE bring Goldberg back to face Oba? I don't want it, but it could be a shock if it happens. No, we don't want that. No more Goldberg. We're fine.
Goldberg hates WWE.
Yeah, he is pissed at his last match. Didn't get enough time and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, Viking Raiders doing great on AAA. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, Adams told us that the Viking Raiders are there apparently. So okay, well there we go. Steve, bring back the hardcore title. Definitely. Steve, Danhausen with the hardcore title. Yep. Adam, I've been a big AAA fan for years, to be honest. Okay, Adam, you need to keep us updated on all things AAA. Hardcore Hausen. Yes, I'm all for Hardcore Hausen. Again,
do not Google that.
I'm just checking if I'm still on TikTok Live. Yes, I am. Okay, so we're still here. Got to watch out for those keywords. Alex, there's almost 300 years between the Viking Age and the Middle Ages. You just
Shut up,
got
Chris.
You just got scolded.
I'm here doing wrestling. I'm not educational.
Belt Up Brido's back on the chat. Welcome, Belt Up Brido. Hope you're feeling better, buddy. Raiders are in Mexico. Yeah, AAA. So, yeah, I didn't know that. So, there we go. Adam, I Googled it, right? Okay, what else we got? Rhea Ripley. She came out to cut a promo. Again, I don't think she's particularly great at promos, especially when she's talking just for herself. But then JC Jane came out with the Fatal Influence, and then we had a match. But JC Jane by disqualification. Rhea beat her by disqualification because they came in and just jumped her. So I don't know where that's going to go. Maybe JC Jane's going to get a title match really early on. Who knows? We had R-Truth and Damian Priest versus Tama Tonga and JC, what's his name? Mateo, for a tag team title match. And yeah, they won. This Damian Priest R-Truth thing I haven't watched too much of, but I really like the backstage segment where Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley were holding up their titles and R-Truth was holding up his tag team championship, taking us back to the Judgment Day when he was trying to be part of that. I thought that was really nice. But yeah, I think that... Cody Rhodes came out and said, I'm easy to hard to beat. Good job he kept his eye, but...
I've got a massive issue with this.
Mm-hmm.
Massive issue. Why is Randy off screen and Cody, who took the punt, I'm going to rant now, who took the punt that has wiped out wrestlers for months upon months, is on the next day? I think... Do you know what? I was thinking about this evening and it really pissed me off. WWE...
Go on, bitch about wrestling. Go on.
WWE at WrestleMania should have doubled down on the Pat McAfee and gone, fuck you. It's our show. We want Pat on the show. Pat should have counted the 3 at Mania, and Randy should have got 15.
Mm-hmm.
That heat would have been explosive. It might be go away heat, but we'd all be talking about it. Whether we'd be saying it's good or bad, we'd still all be talking about it. I'm sick to death of Mega Super Cody. He shouldn't be anywhere near. He's not got a match at Backlash, so why is he on telly?
Do we even know why Randy RKO'd Pat in the first place? Because
he saw my Just Sack Pat campaign. He was, he was like, yeah, I agree with that.
I hope this isn't right, but Chris in the chat says Randy's injured.
Yeah, I just read
I
that as
hope
well.
not. Yeah.
I hope not.
I've got this really horrible gut feeling that TKO bottled it a little bit with this and said, "Oh, the fans don't really like it. We'll pull it back and we'll get rid of Pat." I would have gone, piss off. Let's double down. Let's have Pat count that. Can you imagine Pat count that 3?
Would have been amazing.
We'd gone explosive. Yeah, we'd have been like, "This is the worst Mania ever. Bring back what's his face from last year? Walked down for about 10 hours. The Veep guy, help me out. You're gonna have to cut this bit from the podcast.
Oh, Travis Scott.
Bring back Travis Scott. Yeah, we'd have been fuming. The internet would have been on fire.
By the way, awesome. I know we seem to cover this every single time we talk about Cody, but Steve in the chat has said we need Homelander Cody. It's not going to happen. He sells too much merch for the kids. It's too much about the kids. And from a business point of view, in that sense, I totally get it. They need their white meat baby face. But the white meat baby face doesn't need the title.
No.
That's what pisses me off the most. Always think back to Steve Austin.
It's always about the chase.
Always think back to Steve Austin. Steve Austin hardly ever had the freaking title. He'd win it, and then he'd get his ass kicked by 17 people and lose it again. And that's the whole point. It's the chase. I really... Steve's telling me not to argue with him. Sorry, Steve. I've got a mic and you don't. And I want Cody to be a good babyface. But a good baby face doesn't hold the title hostage.
Yeah, I get that. I do.
Is Cody holding it hostage, though? Is it another TKO decision?
It's nothing to do with him because he'll drop it to whoever. But
he's got a job. He's doing a job.
He's doing his job. That's he's got the podcast. He does the merch. He does the Make a Wish. They won the championship on him. So, yeah. Steve, right? That's you are cursed. Right. I think that was pretty much everything that I was going to cover today. Something in. Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry, I didn't see Alex's message from earlier. Apparently, I've been breathing into the mic all night. So, apologies. It's fine. I can fix it in post. Right. So the last thing that I was going to cover was WrestleMania predictions. So I got everybody to submit their predictions, and
I think it's terrible.
I have no idea what mine were.
I got final scores on the doors. So in last place with 17 points, it was Lolly. Sorry, Lolly. Good effort. Next, we had a tie with 18 points, and that was Brido and Alex.
Get in, not last.
Not last.
And, not last, and level with the guy who has an actual
It's only 1
legitimate
point
TikTok.
difference to mine.
It wasn't a dig at you. It wasn't actually a dig at you. It's just not last, which is fine.
Next place with 19 points was Neil. So
yes, Neil didn't win.
Neil didn't win.
Get in. That's all that matters. Nothing else matters.
That is all that pretty much mattered. I didn't care who else won as long as it wasn't Neil. His head's too big as it is. And then in first and second place, separated by 0.5 of a point. So 0.5. In second place was Lee. And your champion with 23 points.
I want a recount.
host.
I want a recount. This is sucks.
I've got the here. I can feel free to share the spreadsheet. There's a couple of half points I think Alex got because he was a little bit vague in his description, but I gave him.
I was writing it like on a plane.
I know exactly that.
I was I was sat in the plane trying to get it written before the plane took off.
But I think what kind of wanted from Penta retaining that secured points for me. I think most of us went for Sammy to retain. Actually, Trick Williams was only picked by Lolly and Neil, so they were right on that.
I think Liv and Steph separated me and you because I went Steph.
Yeah,
and you went Liv.
Yeah, I think that was it. And I went for the Bella twins as well.
I'm not making that joke.
But right, Kenan was like Owen Hart then giving himself Slammy Award. Yeah, boy. Alex wins by fans votes. Aye, easy, Chris, easy. Oh, won't be having that on this show. Where's the ban button? Right. I think that was everything covered on this week's show, guys. Was there anything else that you guys? Oh, Roxanne Perez. She got a great reception from the home crowd. Her and Raquel Rodriguez went over and they went against Bailey and Lyra. They were actually getting booed, which was really interesting to see. You don't often see Bailey and Lyra getting booed, but the home crowd were all about Roxy, and I'm really glad that she won. That was a really quite a good match.
Love
actually.
Roxy, she's great.
Yeah, she is. That's where we think the turn's going to happen, right? We've been so focusing on Raquel, but is that going to be it, or is that going to be the thing? That
because they had a little moment today, didn't they?
They did have a moment. They did, but maybe that's where they're going to point us, and then it ends up being Raquel. That's
they both turn. They both turn.
Oh, they both turn exactly, and Raquel's just you don't see it coming. I think that's it. We've mentioned Danhausen. We've mentioned that Joe Hendry.
Just on that, I also think because Roxy's so young, you can keep her in a faction for ages. Because think about how long Liv was in. What were they called? Someone remind me what the
Riot Squad.
Riot Squad. She was in. She was a nobody.
Yeah.
In Riot Squad. If anyone was going to get released, I thought it was going to be the blonde chick in the Riot Squad.
She used to be a shoo-in to be first out in the Rumble, didn't she? Liv Morgan.
She was a jobber.
Mm-hmm.
She was an absolute jobber, and now she's my favourite female wrestler at the moment. So
interesting.
And has a great music video. I don't care what any of you in the chat say. The music and the video is awesome. Shut up.
Finn in Roxy's ear. Yeah, we got a bit of Finn and Balor talking to Roxy and trying to bring her out of the Judgment Day. What do you think about Sky falling on her head doing the dive out of the ring? She's always falling every week, Io Sky. She scares the hell out of me. She is just unreal.
She's got ragdoll physics.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why she is. Yeah, it's like that's involuntary. She's not actually just doing that. That's just too many hits to the head. Steve, have you seen the fan theory of Demon Finn and Demon Stephanie versus Liv and Dom? I haven't. Interesting, but I don't think you would bring the Demon out again. He's already beaten Dom. Why do that?
The next time we see the Demon is by surprise for an actual freaking title.
Yeah.
And a big one, because that man deserves his title back.
Yeah.
However many years ago that when was it? It was the Universal title. I don't know what year it was.
He held it for like 24, not even 24 hours, was it? One day. Yeah. Not even one day. Adam, Eurovision dross by Liv. It actually probably do really well on Eurovision, to be fair.
Trouble.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Well done,
so
Adam.
come over and submit that. Yeah, no, well done, Adam. That's great. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. Really appreciate it. Good to have you all on the show. Thank you for all banning me last week as I did the show solo. Appreciate you. Alex, where can people find you? What are you up to?
I am trying to make videos at the moment, but I keep getting waylaid by work trips, and the thing that I'm doing this week, which is I'm doing the Nürburgring virtual 24-hour on Saturday. So yes, that is driving a sim car for 24 hours with me and several other people in the team. I've got to be in a VR headset for a very long amount of time. I'm going to try and stream it if my computer doesn't melt. But for all the wrestling fans out there, if you go to my Instagram, you'll see the pictures that I made of the car. I designed the whole car livery for the car, and there's a little Danhausen surprise on my boot. So anyone who's driving behind me is getting cursed.
As Steven said, he's racehousening. Lolly, what are you up to and where can people find you?
You can find me on TikTok at It's Lolly Holland, and I'm basically posting at least 3 or 4 times a week about wrestling, potentially some other musings, and yeah, you can find me on there.
Great. And if people want to swipe left or right on you, where can they find you?
You can find me Tinder, Bumble, Facebook dating,
Grinder,
Hinge. No, don't swipe left or right. You'll find me in my office being an incredibly professional HR representative.
He is. He's superb at his job. He really is. Thank you very much for everybody who's joined the chat. Chris, Steve, Adam, Reggie, Sam, everybody who's joined us. Brido, Anthony, thank you very much. Marta Gear for the gifts on TikTok. Really appreciate you. Reggie, it's an honor, my friend. Great show. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Adam, brilliant again. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate you. If you haven't already, make sure you give this video a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell to get notified. We'll drop this as a podcast show as well onto YouTube and the other platforms. So jump on, hit another like, add a comment as well on there. That would really help our algorithms. That'd be much appreciated. We're just trying to build a bigger community here. So thank you very much to the additional followers on TikTok, up to 2,802 now. So on our way to 3,000. Thank you very much. And as I said, if you want to support the channel in any way, you can buy any of your official WWE merchandise through our affiliate link, which you can find in my bio on TikTok or in the description of this video, or the little QR code up in the video in the corner as well. And I think that's about it. So we'll wrap it up for this week. Thank you very much, guys. I did want to mention that, Backlash, I'm actually going to be away on holiday in Sicily, so I'm not going to be able to do a live stream reaction show for that, which is very disappointing, unless I can persuade my wife to do it whilst we're away.
Did you know that there's an island off the coast of Italy with 5 million Sicilian people? That's a really big number that I've never heard before. Get it? Oh my god! I saw it.
I missed it. What did I miss?
5 million Sicilian people. Fuck's sake!
What am I still not getting?
5 million Sicilian. 5 million billion. 5. Jokes are so much better when you have to explain them.
That's a really big number. You've got you.
I think it looks better written down.
Before we finish, anybody in the chat get what he was talking about? Steve, I'm waiting for the punchline. So I'm right over my head. Yeah, no, mate, that's on you. That's not on me.
It's better written down. I think,
Chris,
I
you
like
got
this.
it. Chris, that's more on you than it is me. Adam, Steinermath. Yes, that was some Steinermath. Adam's very quick. I like Adam. He's really good.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Yeah, it was somewhere that we could travel easily from Bournemouth, which is where we're located now. So it was easy to get there. But yeah, we'll be in Sicily as of next Tuesday. So actually, there won't be a show next Tuesday either because we'll be flying. Oh no! So I just realised. So yeah, so we won't be here next week.
You show no commitment. You want to make this a bloody job, and you disappear for 2 weeks.
Oh, I know, holidays
Honestly.
and all that. Oh, maybe I
You're
might do the
just-
live
you're-
stream on the Monday.
Do it on the plane. I'm sure no one will complain.
No, it'll be fine. Yeah, charging me £50 for Wi-Fi probably. Maybe I'll do a live show on the Monday because I'll be off the Tuesday because I'm on holiday and I'm not flying till 1 PM. So, maybe I might do a live stream on Monday. Watch this space. Okay. Right. I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll probably stay live on TikTok for a while because it takes me ages to turn that one off. But thank you. And until next time, not next week, but next time, thank you very much. And peace out.